Boys, we found a box.
What's in the box, Jake?
Box is full of all our old vintage merchandise. We've got mugs, we've got caps, we've got the white box tee, we've got the Let's Get Into It tee, but there is absolutely next to no stock. So there's a handful of items in each size, I think.
We thought all this was gone.
They were our best sellers.
But we actually found a box underneath a bunch of other boxes, and we're ready to sell it.
It was sold out, and then it is back from the grave purely because we found a box. There is I cannot stress, there is next to no items left in each of the sizes. So if there is an item in your size, pick it up because it might be the very last one.
Head to macpac.com.au, grab your order. We've been doing some radio down at Radio Fremantle. That's 107.9 FM. What you're about to hear is what we chatted about there on the weekend.
You can obviously join us live each and every Saturday between 8 to 10 a.m.
But don't worry, because if you missed the episode, you can listen right here in your podcast feed.
Enjoy!
Coming to you live from the studios in Fremantle. The Three Brothers.
I'm feeling fan-freaking-tastic.
Boys! Is this thing on?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Welcome to the best day of the week. It's Saturday.
TGIS.
Turn your radios on. Crank up that dial. Saturdays are for the bro. The weekend's here. You're listening to the MacPack on Radio Fremantle 107.9.
Good morning and welcome to the MacPack on Radio Free. You got Jake, Joe and Junior Boy in the studio to get your weekend underway. Fellas, how are we?
Fired up to be here this Saturday. Joey, how are you, mate?
Absolutely pumped. It's a little chilly getting into the studio, but now we're warmed up. We just did some jumping jacks, did some stretches, ready to rip into the show.
Thanks, Andrew, for hosting the last couple hours here on Radio Freo.
Absolutely. I was actually saying to Andrew when we come in, it's always, whatever the temperature is outside, it's the opposite inside the studio. Yep. Come winter, it's hot in here. Come summer, bring your jackets, bring your trackies, because the air conditioning is pumping and it's freezing cold in here.
Yes, we love it. It's what we want.
It's sort of like dress for the weather, but then do the opposite if you come on a Radio Free.
Dress for Radio Freo if you come on a Radio Freo.
Yeah, very much indeed. It's good to have all the boys back in the studio for the second time.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I reckon I can't remember the last time 2 weeks in a row we've all been in the studio.
Yeah, that's an entire fortnight of radio. Fortnight.
And boys, I've got a new game to bring to the table this week.
Ooh, I heard about this. Junior Boy came to mine last night doing a lot of craft while we were watching the footy.
Yeah, baby.
I was like, what's going on? You're basically just on your computer the whole time. And he goes, I'm doing the game. I said, yeah, but that doesn't take too long. He goes, it's a new game, though.
Weird Wild Noise is what it's called.
Weird Wild Noises.
Weird Wild Noise, that's it.
You could just listen to us for 2 hours. You get plenty of Weird Wild Noises. Very excited for that one. Riley's very rarely in the hosting chair.
Yeah. So
he's cooked up something new. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's it. I had to bring out something special.
Bit of innovation station.
Yeah, baby.
Love it. We are also discussing cough radars up next.
Yes.
What are they?
Where are people coughing in Perth? We can find them and kill them.
You're listening to the Macpack on Radio Free. Creedence Clearwater Revival with Fortunate Son. You're listening to the Macpack on Radio Free.
If you have a keen ear, you can hear Jake's munching a banana.
The king of potassium.
Yeah.
I remember that song going long.
It's an interesting sound. At least it wasn't like you biting into an apple. Hey guys, that was Creedence.
It's a soft little ASMR.
This is Granny Smith.
What are we talking, Joey?
I'm talking about everyone's favourite sleep tracking app that we're not going to name.
Oh.
Because if they want to shout out, they can give us cash.
We've given them a fair few shout outs over the
and I
free of
decided
charge.
lip sealed now. Lips absolutely sealed. If you're listening and you work at the sleep tracking app, lip sealed.
Good idea.
Like
Yes, but obviously we brought many a story of late night recordings of us.
Yeah, that's it. Stuff happens during the night and you need some record of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Otherwise you won't know what's going on.
we have this app that records us throughout the night, every single movement, every single noise,
Every step
single
we
breath.
take, every breath we make.
Do you guys use an app? I just use the camera app and just turn it.
Voice memos on.
Yeah.
And then I'll lip to it in the morning.
The whole 9 hours.
All 8 hours.
Yeah, basically I'll record for 8 hours at night, and then during the day, while I'm at work, I'll have a listen. See if anything went down that I need to know about. No, I'm talking about my favourite feature. I'm going to play a little snippet of it capturing me in the act which it is tracking.
Cool.
That's right.
Let's have a listen.
That's right. A cough.
So just for those playing along, this break you've heard me chewing a banana and Joe coughing.
And I'm going
that
to
was
fart
prepared.
in 30 seconds, so get ready.
And that was prepared and loaded up onto the soundboard. That's right. And the reason why the coughing is such an area of interest is since 2020, not exactly sure what was going on that prompted it, but they do this. It's a little heat map of Perth and other states, cities, countries, I'm sure, and it's a little cough radar where you can see in what areas people are coughing more at night, thus determining if flu season thou shalt be upon us.
Oh, is that it? Is
there that many people that use the app?
I don't know. That's the thing that...
Six people. One person.
No one in Scarborough has the app. They must be on a different provider.
Or maybe they're healthy over there.
Yeah.
Their water must come out a bit cleaner.
So the places that are sick at the moment is Rockingham, Mantra, Canning Vale, Fremantle, Forestfield. They're going through it for sure.
Freo, Forestfield.
Yeah,
No.
Ellenbrook. The places, if you don't want to get sick, go to Scarborough, Bankskia Grove, and Joondalup.
Is it a sickness thing, though? Because, like, my housemate sleeps in my bed. And
Hell yeah, dude.
And he coughs heaps.
Yeah.
No, like, throughout the night, she'll often cough, but she's not sick. It's just, like, an annoying thing that she does.
Well, it's elevated levels. So maybe if someone's coughing all year round, that's like their baseline.
Because I do think the cold temperature increases.
Gets a little cough, yeah. But obviously this cough radar, it's great. I mean,
It looks like the weather app. Like you can see like the the
you
hotspots.
can see,
It
you
goes
can
like
see where
red
it's
if
coming in.
it's-
So currently we're at an all-time high, or maybe not an all-time high, but for the year, the map is going up. Coughs are happening.
Coughs are increasing.
Yes, but I wanted to ask you boys. Obviously, we have this cough radar.
That's cool.
What other radars do you want? If we could track everyone and map it up to see where you should be avoiding.
Let us know what radars you want. Hit us up on Instagram. You're listening to the Macback. Straff with Jimmy Ricard. You're listening to the Macback on Radio Free. And we're currently chatting about what other radars do we want, because Joey, during the week, your little sleep app that you utilise recorded you coughing.
Yes. There it is. Caught in the act. And I was added to a statistic in the cough radar, which tells you, well, it's used to estimate where in Perth people are sick.
The hotspots.
The hotspots.
Hotspots with coughers.
So we asked the question on 047 30 30 880 and via our Instagram account to hit us up with what cough radars you would like. Not necessarily what cough radars, just what other radars that would be similar.
What cough radars? I want a dry cough.
What other
I want a
radars?
wetty.
I want a phlegmy one.
Yeah, phlegm index.
I want to know the colour of the dude's phlegm before I freaking shake his hand.
Sammy hit us up via Instagram, hit our DMs, the big man. And Sam said he would like to know how frequently people are watching their bed sheets. It's
That is a good one.
Quite a unique one to us as well.
That could be like a water court, but they probably would be able to figure out
My bedroom.
if this load is a sheet or not. you know?
Where would your bedroom be on the scale? Like red is hot, like you do it every week, and blue is you don't do it.
Well, at all.
Like, it's an annual thing. I said annual.
Annual, wow, that's a lot. Annual, yeah.
How
More of a
often?
decade.
I reckon I'd be on the blue specky.
I just throw them out when I get a new bed.
Yeah, that's a good shout,
One
yeah.
bed,
Once they go
one
all
set
yellow.
of sheets.
Yeah, I got one in from Jim. Jim said he wants to know when his kid, like the area where kids have nits.
Oh,
that's
that
good.
is good,
That's
actually.
Helpful parenting.
That's
Yes.
good. Why didn't we have this when we had COVID? Did they have
I think that's why
hotspots?
they brought it in.
That's handy though. That would have
Reckon?
been handy.
That's the first time I saw
Surely,
it.
yeah. I feel like during COVID, it just would have been. Well, if you read the news,
Oh, the news. Oh,
it was just read everywhere.
Yeah, true.
I like the knit one. That one's good.
thanks.
Do they track knits? I feel like knits is just really a kid's thing. Why are kids so dirty? What is up with them?
Know any adults that have got nits?
I think they probably have them and they just keep it to themselves.
Yeah, that is true. Imagine if, like, at
At
school,
work,
it's a
yeah.
public thing. It's like, all right, we're going to do a knit check, and then like 6 kids get sent home.
Yeah.
Imagine going to work on a Wednesday and getting sent home by the CEO because you got knits.
Yeah, like we do at my work, they do like the random drug test. Imagine if you're in there
And you failed
you're
last
stressed because you've had an absolute bender, and then the guy's like, all right, I'm going to have to look into your head. Oh, no.
Something I'd really benefit from. I think like because sometimes on a Saturday night I'll go on my Snapchat maps to see like where everyone is and see which parties I didn't get invited to this weekend.
Yeah, I always wondered how
And I see
people's
that.
little Snapchat icons would be hanging out with others.
Yeah, and then like I was like, I always see like, oh, you know, people are in the city or there's like a big party leaving or whatever. I want to see like hotspots of where the beers are being drank.
Yeah, that would be good if you could get
Which pub is going off the most?
or average standards that the person has had. So you're like, okay, Fed, everyone's up to like 10. I might
heading
avoid.
Yeah.
I might go, Benny's is a milder 7.
Yeah.
That could be a good time.
I go even more strategical, just the lines out the front. How long's the wait time at the respective pubs across Fremantle?
That is actually good, yeah.
Like, if you could just see that in real time, that'd be super handy.
Yeah, the lines in the bathroom would be good as well. That has a double meaning.
Indeed it does. We won't get into that. Oh, goodness gracious me.
Goodness gracious me. I'm up next, boys. Talking about a new catchphrase I want.
Oh, catchphrases. That'd be
Dims and warm.
The legend of the fish.
Young Franco, Earth Gang. And Jaff Daddy, I believe it is. Oh. Jafunk, apologies.
Jafunk.
Jafunk. I got the Jafunk.
What's the Jafunk?
The Jafunk. I've got a bit of the Jafunk. You're listening to the Mac back on Radio Fremantle 107.9. Got a big show on the cards. Joey Junior Boy's hosting the quiz later on.
The quiz, the game.
The game. We're asking you thanks but no thanks moments. But at the moment, we're chatting about Junior Boy's hunt for his one-word catchphrase.
That's right, boys. I was telling you guys about this on the podcast this week. That came out yesterday. That's right.
Friday.
I was telling you guys how I was going to the Central C concert.
Cinch.
All right.
Cinch, yeah, all right. And I wanted to ask you guys how many times you thought he was going to say his catchphrase,
This is correct.
which many people adore.
It's his
How
catchphrase.
many times?
We said...
There was a lot of
11?
discussion.
Well,
about it. I hope you've
let's
got
listen back. Yeah. Why even ask?
It's not
You've got a recording of us talking about.
Boys, I'm doing something this week, and I want to try and report back to you next week.
Okay.
So Central C, right? He's coming to Perth, and his catchphrase is "all right." All right. And I want to count how many times he says "all right" at the concert.
Okay, let's set the line.
I reckon you say it like. We'll go 11.
You going under 11? I'll go over again.
You both go. You don't even know the guy. And you reckon he's going to say it?
Well, he sounds all right.
Wager, I'm going to go 10 grand.
So, boys, the phrase was all right, and guess how many times he said it on the night?
12.
I don't know. Our initial guess was 8 on the pod, and then we cranked it up to 11. So I'm going to say 8.
Yeah, he said it about 60,000.
Wow, 60,000.
That is over.
So when will you be paying us the cash?
I strongly underestimated how many times he says it. This one song called "Obsessed with You."
Is it a lyric?
Oh, in the song, I thought it was just when he was doing the bit of the chit
Just talking. He didn't do like any talking, unfortunately, which I always don't like when the artists don't chat to you. He just did like there's 25 songs.
Do you reckon he's the
whatever.
sort of operator? Like some people come out like, "Perth, thanks for so much for being here." He wouldn't even know where he is.
Nah,
Like
not
he
a
was just
clue.
like, "Yeah, man, unreal, more people."
New Zealand.
This is how many times he says it in one song, which he played early, and I was like, oh, well, it's definitely going the overs.
9 to 5. All right. Into where it. All right.
Is that
You
the...
get the idea?
You've edited up. That's not...
All right.
You've edited all the ones he said. That
I
wasn't...
hope.
It was like, that wasn't 5 seconds of a song.
The weirdest song of all
Because he's
time.
experimental for
Yeah,
sure.
it's a stroke. I didn't know we were getting the lyrics counted.
Yeah,
so
me
we'll
neither.
take
Because couldn't you
that.
check the lyrics of the songs before you
Yeah.
brought it up?
Before you set the line at 11.
Yeah.
One
How many
song's
times do you
got
reckon Lou
15.
Bega's going to say Mumbo number 5? Well, in the song, it's 12.
Well, I love the idea of a one-word catchphrase, and so many iconic phrases are only one word. I've got a couple I'm going to bring to the table.
Okay.
While we think about the search for bringing myself one of these one-word catchphrases. First up, we've got Jay-Z with Hove.
Yeah, but that's his name, right?
Yeah, but he says it.
I've
Okay,
never heard, honestly, never heard him say it.
Oh,
Allow
yeah.
me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. H to the O-V.
I
comes
did.
from-
I actually never knew what that lyric was.
If I'm correct, it comes from like Jay-Z, and then he calls it Jehovah, and then it comes.
Oh, wow.
Part of the key to being successful is just to have way more confidence than you deserve.
Yeah.
One
It's
with
me, Roomba.
one with less thought than Jay-Z is Homer.
No, that one I've heard.
Yeah, that one's-
that one I'm familiar with.
Here's another classic.
Bazinga.
It was Young Sheldon.
Love Bazinga. Yeah.
How long do you reckon it took him to come up with that as well? Like they're sitting around.
They hit the nail
Is
on the head.
Bazinga a word, or was that? Did it come from the show?
I don't know.
Their show.
Bazinga.
I don't know what.
It's been so like I can't remember a time when I didn't know it was a thing.
I want you guys to guess who says this next one.
Muchas gracias, afición. Este para vosotros.
That's Christian Ronaldo.
That's Christian
Ronaldo, yeah. Sui, right?
That's right, Sui. So I love the idea of a one-word catchphrase. It's just like using it at any time to hype everyone up.
And it's like meaning agnostic. Like it can just
It
do whatever.
Yeah. Like you can use it in like any sense.
Yeah.
Like it could be a sad phrase.
Yeah, a sad suey.
Or it could be like, yeah, let's get on the beers tonight. Suey.
Yeah.
What does suey even mean?
No one knows.
It's not suey, is it? Is it?
No.
It's why we keep
What is it?
We keep calling it
S-U-I,
suey, like it's
Suey.
like it's the older daughter in
Sue.
the middle. Suey.
But guys, I want you guys to help me track down a catchphrase for myself. We're going to come with some ideas in the next break.
Yeah, how many syllables you want?
The less the better.
Max 8?
Something like all right, like just really real simple. Hit the text line 047 30 30 88 0 if you reckon you can.
Is
you
our
got a
man
catchphrase I can use.
Sench just like a super fan of Matthew McConaughey?
All right.
Paying
the thing.
homage.
It's like it's not that hard to come up with all right. It's just a normal word.
That's the way you use it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a normal word which is turned cool. Hit the text line 047 30 30 88 0. Help us get it next.
Sigala with Easy Love. You're listening to the Mac Back on Radio Free 107.9. Jake, Joe, and Junior Boy in the studio to get your weekend underway. And we're currently on a bit of a quest, Junior Boy, to find a one-word nickname or one-word catchphrase that you can roll.
That's exactly right. We're on the hunt.
Yes, we're going on a catchphrase hunt. More of a catchword.
That's right. I went to the Central C concert during the week.
All right.
And he said his catchphrase about 200 times while I was at the concert. Here's a little snippet of one of his songs where he says it about 40 times.
9 to 5. All right. Into where it. All right.
He makes it cool.
It makes me feel a bit sick when you listen back to that. Just beats and everything going on every which way direction.
He makes a normal word seem cool, doesn't he?
Yeah, all right is a very simple word. Everyone says it,
That's
but
right.
he owns it.
Yeah, he does, dude. Owns it. That's a good way to say it. And we want a catchphrase that I can own. So we asked the people who were listening and each other to get in contact and tell us what catchphrase I can use.
So many people hit us up on 047 30 30 88 0. One of my favourites, one that came through, Junior Boy, was certified.
Oh, that's good.
That's chill. Use it in a sentence.
Well, you wouldn't need to because it's a one word.
Yeah.
This bloke yelling out
If-
all right isn't using it in any
If so-
grammatical form.
If someone was like, "Oh, check out these new shoes I got," you'd be like, "Damn, that's certified."
Or just certified.
yeah.
Want a beer?
Nice, that's
Want a beer?
Certified.
Okay, another one.
Actually, I like that.
down.
That's good.
Another one that came through. I think Dizzy Rascal might own this one, but it was bonkers.
Bonkers.
Okay.
Not as big a fan of bonkers.
Don't like bonkers. I would
It's
prefer-
not as
It's not followed by a cool-
user-friendly.
Yeah, it's not. It's also not followed by a cool bass drop.
Yeah.
As
It
Disney.
could be though. You could just carry around like a little boombox.
I like certified. I'm gonna put a star next to certified.
Certified. could be
Certified
one.
is good.
Have you got any jokes?
Because it's like such not a cool word, but if you say it right, it's got the characteristics.
Would you say it like low, like certified?
Well, it can change. It can change with
That
your,
is so certified. Thank you.
Certified.
You can change with your mood.
Joe, what do you got?
Okay, I've got two.
Okay.
They cover two different things. If you want to be a chill guy, right?
Yeah.
You could say mellow.
Mellow.
Yeah.
How are those? Damn, those shoes. Hey, I got new shoes. Mellow.
Now it's like, okay, obviously we're all spitballing here, and you know, no idea is bad for sure.
Use it in the
idea.
situation then.
Huh?
Use
No,
it in the
It's like,
situation.
oh, you heading down to the pub later? Yeah,
Mellow.
mellow. Yeah, okay, it doesn't really work.
yeah, it's no good.
It's my first time coming up with a catchphrase.
No
so.
idea is bad, but mellow is.
Mellow is, yeah. Okay, this one, if you want a more high energy catchphrase.
Yeah.
Frenzy.
Frenzy.
It's just like a word that you say.
You want to go to the pub later? Frenzy.
Yeah, we're on for a
What?
frenzy.
That
you-
almost sounds like
What?
lots
Are
of
we going to the pub or
people.
not?
It sounds like a lot of your friends are coming.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that sounds frenzy.
Sounds like a cute nickname you've given your group.
Yeah, we've got a big Saturday night in the cards.
I
Oh,
liked it.
frenzy.
I liked
The
it.
coolest catchphrase one of my mates use at the moment. He's got a very like distinctive voice. Is wowee. He goes wowee.
Wowie.
Wowee. Like just over anything, it'll be like he'll rock up to the guy who cuts our hair, and he'll be like, "Oh, you're up next, mate." And he goes, "Oh, wowee." Or like after the cut, he's like, "Do you like the cut?" "Oh, wowee."
So no,
It
it
is-
could be. It could be no. It could mean absolutely nothing.
Are you boys going out to the pub tonight? Oh, wowee.
Wowie.
One that I've run, not as like a catchphrase, but just a word that I use. I reckon I go through periods of like 6 months at a time where I'm pretty heavy on one word.
Yep.
If we were
Yeah.
doing like radars for what word we would be using,
Yeah.
this period of time would be my elite period of time.
Elite.
I'm heavy on the elite.
You going to the pub tonight? Elite.
No, I don't say it like that. I don't say it out of
it's not.
context.
A catchphrase isn't the answer to a question. It doesn't need to be yes.
It needs to have to, like, all right.
The other one I thought of, Junior
No, but if you say you're going to the pub tonight,
All right.
all right. It doesn't.
All right.
Yeah, if you say it like that.
just confirmed.
Don't tell me that doesn't.
The other one I thought
frenzy.
might be all right for you, Junior Boy, was
Might be what?
All right.
was Whopper.
Whopper Junior minus pickles. Whopper.
Good if you need a
yeah,
brand deal.
That could be like a cashy thing. Yeah.
What about like footlong?
one thing we say? One thing I do say a lot is naughty.
Naughty,
You going to
yeah.
the pub tonight? Naughty. Oh, naughty.
I like it. I think certified is.
Certified might be the
Certified's
Oh,
one.
you're going to be listeners? You're going to hear that? Oh,
Would you just shorten it down to cert?
Ooh.
cert
That's-
4.
Cert 4 and catchphrases.
The Dave King. You're listening to the Mac Back on Radio Free. It's our good friends, the Terrays, with Stay Free. You're listening to the Mac Back on Radio Free 107 on point.
Boys, brand new game time. Weird Wild Noises, the name.
Ooh, I love it. I
The
love
Junior
it.
Boy's got a brand new game to bring to the table. It's only, the third time you've hosted, it feels like.
That's right. The scores currently stand 11 to me, 7 to Jake, 4 to Joe. This brand new game is where I play a weird or wild noise, and you've got to guess where that noise came from.
Is it Joe coughing?
All that I'm hearing from you is a weird noise, a weird noise. All that I'm hearing from you is a wild noise, a wild noise. That's exactly
There you
right.
go. I noticed you didn't get either of us to do the singing.
Yeah.
Creative choice. Intelligent choice.
I like it.
Boys, best of 5 today. I'm in the hosting chair, obviously.
Do we have the scores from weeks gone prior?
Yeah, I just gave
Oh, sorry.
11 to me. Jake, you're on 7, and Joe's on 4. Joe needs this to
I need this.
stay in the series.
It's getting to the point for Joey that if he doesn't start winning, he might as well not rock up. Just
Game show.
because it becomes such a you lose initially, so you don't get the point, and then you have to
can't play
host the
next
week
yeah, which is more work.
following. So you basically, if you lose here, you've lost 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
It's
you're
an
in
honour to
trouble.
host.
Boys, we're going to do this game in themes. And this week,
Okay.
we've got a special theme. Animals.
Oh, I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
Are they from our wild? From our neighbourhood? Are you?
They could be
are you
neighbourhood.
out there with a boom.
Yeah, have you been chasing?
There's a
wildlife?
ladybug, and you're trying to record.
Yeah. Imagine me going into the bush with a boom, a mic boom, and heading out there and trying to track these sounds down. Boys, I'm going to play the sound for you. Then I'm going to give you 3 options that you're going to text that to me, and I'll play the sound for you again.
Oh, okay. We're getting options.
First up,
Get ABC.
Animal 1.
All right, I've got an idea in my mind.
Oh,
So I'm hoping it gets mentioned. I think that's how this game's going to be played. We're going to think of something and then hope it gets mentioned.
Yeah.
We've got A, caterpillar, B, cat, or C, mouse.
Okay, cool. None of my ideas got mentioned.
No text in just yet. A, caterpillar,
Wait,
B,
sorry, I
cat,
can't find your number.
C, mouse. My name's Riley. And my,
Oh, Riley.
Do you want me to tell you my number live on air, Joey?
Yeah, do it. Got any thinking
Jake's
music?
locked in his. Joe
Yeah, I've locked in.
is also locked in his. You both are incorrect, which is a
Sick.
bit grim. Lucky we've got a couple spare, right?
So what do we get?
You both guessed mouse.
Yeah, at first I was thinking lemur.
Caterpillar?
Correct answer was caterpillar, yes.
Caterpillar, yeah.
Okay.
You got to think
That's
creatively,
cheeky.
boys. Think
Think
creatively.
creatively. I've never heard.
I've never heard of a caterpillar in
Yeah.
my life. How close did you
I
get
didn't
to
even know they made noises.
Next up, come on here.
Boys, 5 years of the pod coming up, so it's time for a performance review.
You bloody betcha, Jake. It's been too long.
It's been too long. Who's the boss? Who's telling us what we're doing?
Well, we don't have bosses here at the MacPack. You are the only stakeholder listening. So we want to throw the thing open to you. We've made a Google form with a few questions in there.
It's anonymous.
It's completely anonymous. So whether that is a good thing or a bad thing, we'll work out after the first few come through. But it does mean no matter what you put in there, we'll never know who put anything in there. We want to hear your favourite things about the pod, your least favourite things about the pod, the things you want more of, the new ideas that you might have.
Yes.
It's all open for you guys.
Link in bio, link in show notes. Hit us up.
See you at the pub.
We've got A, meerkat, B, frog, or C, goat.
Why does it sound like you're getting kicked out of Metro?
So that can't be like the normal noise it makes.
We've got answers.
Is he in pain?
We've got answers locked
We
in.
do.
Joe's gone with A, meerkat, and Jake's gone with C, goat. Jake is correct.
Man, that's such a relief.
That
You
is-
don't hear that. Is it about to be shot? Why does it sound like that?
It's a goat laughing, boys. Next up.
Oh,
What?
must be
What was
Is it
the-
listening to
what
the
was
show?
the joke?
Was it listening to the show? That's so good of it. Oh, that's you. About 8:12 this morning.
On the dunny.
Okay.
We've got A, lion, B, elephant seal, or C, hippopotamus.
Okay.
Don't
Do
think,
we know what it's doing? Squeezing one out?
don't think the obvious answer.
It's hard
here,
because
boys.
these aren't like. I mean, I don't know how to.
What's obvious about that?
All right,
Wait, did you say don't think the obvious?
No, he's already locked his answer.
you've-
Yeah, he's giving hints out.
You've already locked in here. Joe's locked in lion, which was A, and Jake locked in C, which was hippo. You both are incorrect again. It was, in fact, the elephant seal. Shocker.
I feel like next time.
This might be all right, we're going to do 7, and whoever's,
no,
whoever's
let's
leading
not.
at the end wins.
Okay, we don't think we need to do
Aren't
that.
we having fun?
but these aren't their normal sounds.
Well, that's
are
the
they?
fun of it, Joey. If I played a cat meowing, it wouldn't be very fun.
Yeah, but it's just like, what horrible situation made this elephant make this noise? Yeah, watch this be pig.
This is going to be a fish, isn't it?
We've got A, kookaburra, B, parrot, or C, pelican.
Is this a white herring?
Oh.
Is this a herring?
Joe loves birds, so
And also doesn't mind the animals.
so Joey is definitely the favourite for this one. And he's thinking. I can see him thinking.
yeah.
Do you have to hand your badge back if you don't get this right?
Come on, Joey.
But they've all been trick questions.
You both have locked in A, kookaburra, and it pleases me to say
Oh,
you
thank
both.
you. We're back on, here we go. We're back on the board. Joey's on the board. Welcome.
Scores currently
2-1.
Jake on 2, Joe on 1.
So if it was a best of
So I
five,
almost did pelican because it was
I
like
feel like we have changed the goalposts a bit here. Anyway, play
That's
on.
the fun of the game.
It's
It's
not.
constantly,
constantly evolving,
Just
much like
like-
these animals.
Just like the jungle.
Oh,
Number
God.
5.
Why is it?
Hang on. Why is it
Why is
these
that
animals
the-
playing the bass track in the background?
That's because I had to rip that from YouTube, that one. And I couldn't remove the music.
As opposed to the other ones that were
Why
written
is the only sound of that animal
making
Yeah,
hitting a drum?
pop.
Go again.
Was that A,
Oh, no,
blowfish?
no.
No,
Jake,
I think
will
can we
play
hear
it
the
again
options
for
and then
you.
hear it again?
A, blowfish, C, B, cockroach, or C, owl?
Jesus Christ, that's terrible. When you take out the music, it sounds quite. Anyway, what were the 3 options
Owl,
again?
blowfish, or cockroach?
A, blowfish, B, cockroach, and C, owl.
Oh,
What? I'm so how is this? Why is there? I'm like, what was the situation that this video
being
was
pissed across the
made?
dance floor, obviously, Joe.
Jake's, you've both gone with A, blowfish, and you're both incorrect. That, in fact, was an owl.
Okay, this game's
Because I was thinking it couldn't be a cockroach because to record a cockroach, if there was music in the background, the microphone would have to be so strong
Yeah.
that the music would be.
The microphone was put in after the fact.
The
Joe.
music was put in after, yeah, Jake. So that's post-production then.
Why did
bit
they
of
How
do
did
that?
I not get that right? And Joe thought it was.
It's to make
Why
the-
would
Joe's
anyone
out here
edit
going,
that?
why was the blowfish in the nightclub?
All right,
That's what I was
You're an
thinking.
idiot.
next up, we've got this one. Is that an A, cat, B, armadillo, or C, our very own quokka?
What are the options?
A, cat, B, armadillo, C, quokka. I missed the music that was playing in the last one.
Yeah.
In this one.
Oh, we don't need to keep going.
It's a horrible noise.
All right, you're both locked in.
I love that you're getting this.
Armadillo! And you're both correct.
So
The
now-
score's currently a Jake.
That's Joe. You're pointing at Joe.
Jake on 3 and Joe on 2.
Last
We've got
one.
the final one
So
here.
notice what you've
So
done
this
here.
could be a tie break.
Notice
Could
what
be
you
awkward.
notice what you've done here.
Then we'll have to come up with some fun animal trivia.
This is why we do best of 5.
here
So
we go.
now what Riley's noticed is he's
we
only
go.
got one option left, and if Joe gets it correct, we have to go to a
the
tiebreaker,
tiebreaker.
which we don't have.
Which will be Riley mimicking something.
All right, final one. Come on, Jake.
Feels
Or
great.
Joe.
Feel free to text me back.
Is that an A, koala, B, black bear, or C, crocodile?
Good God, I honestly.
You've both locked in
Okay,
an
well, that
answer
means
here.
that means that I've won. That means that I've.
You're both incorrect, but
Well,
that
that's
means
fine.
that Jake wins this version of the animal
What was it?
theme. It was a koala.
We both locked in crocodile.
A koala bear.
Right, that was one of the hardest games we've ever done.
But it was good fun, wasn't it? That makes the scores Jake on 8, Joe on 4, Riley on 11. That's it. That is the game.
Sure.
I liked it. It was
I hope
creative.
I hope
Don't
everyone
do
at home
animals
enjoyed
next
it
time.
because we've run out of. Firstly, we've run out of animals, so we'll never be doing that one again. The segment went for 25 minutes.
We all learned something new, didn't we?
I'm no wiser. The only learning Joe took was that
You
cane
can
toads
add
aren't often seen
What
at
animal
nightclubs.
makes this noise?
All right.
You're listening to the Magpack on Radio Frio 107.9. It's our man Will Swinton with Need You Now. You're listening to the Magpack on Radio Fremantle 107.9, boys. Don't know if you saw during the week, lads. In Scotland at the moment, there's a medical clinic over there who have urged.
Oh, yeah, I'm up to date with the medical clinics in Scotland.
Oh, Scotland!
I've got my Scotland medical
Let
clinic.
me go grab me quilt, Joey. Oh, you're not wearing undies under that phone.
They have urged, there's a medical clinic, and they have urged for a stop for people bringing in unsolicited urine samples.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
careful.
So punters over in Scotland are apparently just bringing in their own,
Piss in a cup.
their own
Piss in a
piss,
cup.
dropping it off at the medical clinic.
What for?
for?
Well, you know how like you
Just
normally
general checkup.
I don't know.
What can they see in your pee? Just like salt levels and stuff.
I have no idea.
You can test a great deal of stuff. We
Like
don't need
what?
to get into the weeds of it. But they're just rocking up with their urine samples. But the thing is,
Hell yeah.
do you know how when like you go to a doctor
Yeah.
and they'll go, okay, well these sorts of things might be an issue, so
Yeah.
go get a check done. We'll just get you to pee in this cup, bring it back, and we'll just do some tests on it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's usually how it would go.
Yep.
These people are skipping that first step and just rocking up with their piss in a cup and going, hey,
Yeah, something's wrong. Here you go. Good luck.
It's also like
Can you check this?
you know how like those little yellow, the little clear
Yeah,
cup with the yellow lid.
Yeah.
Like the ones they give you, and then you put it in a plastic bag, and then you put it in a
Yeah, in a lockbox.
yeah, and then you deliver that to the doctor. Like, where are they just doing it in Tupperware? Or
Yeah, well,
what's the
that's
go? Glad wrap
as
over a glass.
As I read further, it's just bring in whatever you want. So it's literally just like plastic cups and Tupperware and rogue pieces of like nothing that would signal this is going to a doctor or this should be with a doctor.
Are you sure
or
it's
has
not
been
like-
requested from a doctor? It's literally just like, hey, here's this Gatorade bottle I pissed into.
Yeah.
Just give that a spin.
Yeah. That's so strange. Like, and is there something that this medical clinic is doing that is prompting this?
No, well, apparently I read on because I thought it might have been a few juvenile youths. Because how funny?
yeah.
Because I've never actually had the thought, but after reading this,
yeah.
part of me did think,
good.
how fun would it be just to rock up to the doctor? I've actually got a doctor's appointment on Monday. How
Oh.
funny if I just rocked up with a bottle of
Yeah.
piss and went,
I brought this just in case. Here's one I prepared earlier.
while I'm here, let's cut out the
In
middleman.
case I
Can you
get
just-
stage fright
can
later.
you just test this for us? But it turns out it's an older demographic who are bringing them in, thinking that they
The
have like
gentleman.
a urinary tract issue.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
surely get that, I don't know, diagnosed
Yeah,
from
surely
the
chat
doc.
first.
These
Yeah.
guys must be super in demand. Like they're just like, I do not have time to sit in the waiting room and then see a doctor and then all they're going to ask me to do is piss in a cup. Why don't I just bring
Cut
the
out
piss,
the middleman.
bring the piss in a cup?
I
But
don't
they're
mind
bringing
that.
it in. They're just lobbing it in like the area, like where all the other ones go.
But
What
they
are
have
they
their
using,
contact
though?
details on there.
Yeah, like they're writing their name and number on the.
Sure. Could you imagine working at the clinic and just like 70-year-old Barry comes strolling through and
Yeah.
he's just got his piss
But at
in
least
a
it's not
pint.
stool.
Yeah, that's
Stool in a Ziploc bag. Yeah.
it would be gross. I couldn't imagine being perched on the other side of the reception, just being like, "What do you want me to do?"
No, it's also funny because being a
With
doctor
this.
is like such a prestigious
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
But then if you're like, what do you do? Like, I sort of investigate the wee. That's my, when you do in the bag, that all comes to me. I've got a big PO box where it's stored. Or
P
should I say a
O
P box?
But how it would have started, that's the thing. Because in order for
Word must have got out.
Well,
Well,
they're
they do a good job.
They're putting signs up now saying, "Hey, you can't just bring your
Urine.
Wednesday's piss in without a consult."
Yeah.
But the reason that it would have obviously kicked off amongst this demographic is because it would have worked for someone. Someone would have brought their piss in, and the
Yeah,
doctor's
yeah,
just
yeah.
gone, "Yeah, man, I can have a look." At that."
Yeah, maybe it
And then
saved their
next
life.
next week, 60 people bring in their urine, and they're like, "Okay, it's not a BYO situation. Like, you actually have to have
It's
a
actually-
medical appointment."
It's quite hard to piss in those little cups. Like when you think about it, like there's a fair bit of spillage.
Oh, yeah. There's always... The only time I've ever done it, there's been collateral damage for sure.
It goes everywhere. That's probably why they got the bag.
Yeah.
We do want to know. Get in contact on 047 30 30 880. When's your thanks but no thanks moment? Because I imagine the Dales over the counter receiving this piss are going, "Oh, thanks, but no, we don't want that." Get in contact. You're listening to the Mac Back on Radio Fremantle.
Time flies, so don't blink twice.
It's our man Shabuzi and Miles Smith with Blink Twice. You're listening to the Mac Back on Radio Fremantle.
Time flies, so don't blink twice.
Currently chatting about thanks but no thanks moments after a Scotland clinic.
Scotland! Next to Wales.
Had put out a bit of a
Big sky country.
Yeah. Big
Great
Scott country.
So just gave Riley a thumbs up at the next to Wales. Just
I think
doing
it
a
is.
quick geolocation fact checking.
Next to Wales.
A Scotland clinic has come out and said, "Hey guys, no more unsolicited piss samples. Thank you very much."
We've all gotten that letter in the mail.
After a bunch of what appears to be elderly residents at the clinic
The gentleman.
just started rocking up with piss in a cup and going, "Can you just test this real quick?" So we asked the question, thanks but no thanks moments. When did you receive something and immediately go, "Oh, goodness gracious me, thank you for the gesture.
Thank you for the music.
But no thank you, I do not want to touch that."
Okay, mine is not nearly as bad as this Scotland Yard situation.
Oh, Scotland!
We'll be the judge, Joe.
But it's a work one. So at our work, the managers and stuff give our Christmas presents at the end of the year,
Okay.
which is great. Everyone usually gets a bottle of wine.
Oh, Vino.
Perfect gift. Everyone loves it. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a bottle of wine.
Drink that on your lunch break.
Enough said. But I had given up the drinking.
Oh, yeah.
So a little bit of creativity was needed.
They gave you some H.
Yeah, so I got
A cheeky bit of H.
We couldn't get the needle, but
yeah. So the gifts were
Ribena.
they needed to be a bit more creative, and let me just say, they weren't up to scratch compared to the wine.
What did you get?
Yeah.
They were still the thought. Obviously, the thought. I'm not
It's
turning
the
up my
thought.
nose at a gift.
You get piss
I'm
in a
turning up
cup?
my nose at what the gift was.
It's the thought that counts, and I said counts.
Yeah, the only one actually, yeah, some of them were nice, and there was because obviously you have to work up to the cost of whatever the bottle is.
Yeah.
because
Oh, okay.
it's whatever the budget that
Yeah,
managers are.
cost of living crisis and all that.
But one
kind
thing that I got,
It's not much H.
one thing that I got was a giant one of them like smash
avocado.
No, it was 1.5 liter water bottle.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the biggest things I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, right. So it's a dumbbell. You're
Yeah, it's
walking around with
almost
a
like
liquid dumbbell.
it's almost like it like had a handle that was like in the middle of the thing.
Oh, like, what do they call them? Like the Frank Green.
No.
No, this was a
The ones that look
plastic
like,
one.
they literally look like a dumbbell.
It could be like a jerry can. Yeah, it looked like a dumbbell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was massive, and I already had a drink bottle that I brought to work literally every day. So I don't know why you thought I needed a new one.
Shuck out.
So yeah, I was like, thanks for that, but
Was there piss in it, though?
no, there was, yeah.
My mates.
This is him trying to fill up the 1.5
Sleep
litre.
cracker.
Imagine how long it would take.
my mates.
Yeah, 2 goes.
My mates frequently offer me upper deckies. You guys know what an upper decky is?
I don't know. I'm nervous.
A zin?
This is going to be
You know
our...
what a zin is?
No. This might be our last show.
Yeah.
I think you should.
No, it's just like a nicotine
Okay.
packet thing that you put on your gum.
It's legal.
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
it's
Legal
just
tender.
it's meant to. I think its initial purpose was to stop people
Top
from
people from
smoking.
smoking, yeah.
Okay.
But
But
now-
you don't smoke.
But now
so...
people abuse it and are getting gum cancer.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
nice. There you
Anyway,
go.
my mates, what they do is they only use them. So they look like tiny little sugar packets, like a half sugar
Yeah.
packet, right? It's a little white packet, little sachet, and you literally just stick it on your gum. It's kind of disgusting, right?
Yeah,
Kinda.
It looks like
And
gum.
horrible for
It
you.
looks like gum, but it's just sitting in between your lip and your.
Yeah.
and your-
So the fun
your
bit
top
of gum, the chewing it, is removed, and
And the
you get to
minty
you get to
aftertaste.
Yeah, yeah.
shove it up your gum.
Yeah, so some of them do have flavour and stuff, but they're literally just like seeping through your gum into the veins. And yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And we say the Macpac stance on that is thanks but no thanks.
But what they do is they put it in a little it comes in like a little packet, kind of like a little ashtray kind of thing. It's like a tiny little plastic like circular thing, and then but what they do is because they're like quite high strength, the ones they use, they only use half of them. And they'll put
Oh,
them
that
back
is
in.
so gross.
I know, right? And then they go and offer people some. And
Just
I'm
a
like,
wet
it's
one.
touching
Yeah,
the wet one.
It's a wet one.
Disgusting, I reckon. Thanks.
It's a
but
bit like
no,
asking for
thanks.
someone's gum and then opening up your mouth to receive their pre-used gum. Julia Michaels with Issues. You're listening to the Mac Back on Radio Free 107.9.
Jules.
To be fair, that was the song is called Issues. We're not saying that Julia Michaels
Got
is
issues.
got issues.
Julia Michaels with Issues, singing Issues. No, she's fantastic.
Some
boys,
of the issues.
Issues and all.
Yeah, warts and all.
Yeah. She does have a lot of warts. Have you seen her recently?
That's what the issues are.
Yeah.
Aforementioned.
she's a fantastic artist. Boys, what do you got planned for the rest of the day before we hand over to the wonderful team
What
of
do you
World
got
Football?
there, Riley?
Just beers.
How'd the chicken chase go? Last week you said you made us guess where the chickens were going to be, which coop they were going to be in Fremantle.
They were at the top of Beerporium.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we won.
Winners win.
My team won.
It was
yeah.
the first place you went to or second?
First place we went to. Yep, hole in one, baby.
Hold on. Does that ruin the game or is it? good?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, okay, enough about you. I've got a party tonight. That's right.
First of the year.
Happy year first.
Happy. The people hosting the party know you're coming.
No, it was a mix-up. It was an administration error.
What's the party for?
It's just a party for in the financial year at
With who?
this person's house.
With who?
It's my dear friend
From?
where I used to work.
Oh.
Enough
Oh, so you don't
interrogation.
even work there. You don't even work there, and you're
Crashing.
And I'm headed in. Oh, it's not like a work party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a friend's party.
Oh,
And guess who was a friend?
this
Me.
guy.
Yes, I'll be heading there. I'll be heading there tonight, living it up. You know,
Hell
it is
yeah.
Saturday night, the usual.
Couple Rivanas.
A couple. Yeah. Gonna get a couple kombucha.
Get a H? Upper decky?
I don't think so. No.
That's my guy.
Jake, what do you got
I
planned?
got very little planned this weekend. Just very exciting. Since we've got back, we've just been flat tack. So
Since
it's
we got
ni-
back.
it's nice just to exhale. It's nice to
Take one
just
in, yeah.
exhale.
Jake's gonna be sitting in a dark room, breathing in and
I
out.
might just do some meditation.
Levitating.
Yeah.
There you go. I might piss into a cup and bring it to a clinic
You know those... Do you
unprovoked.
remember like this time last year I was going to a party and I asked you guys for help with the dress code?
Yeah.
Because they like said something really vague.
Yeah.
They've done it again.
Semi-smart,
I've got a
casual,
party.
fancy.
Yeah, I've got a party tonight again. They said dress code's cocktail or whatever is comfortable. What is that? Come on, just
Trackies.
yeah, so
Trackies
you-
with a tie. That's
Yeah.
what we got.
That's good.
like, come on, dude. Like, dressed out is comfortable.
Don't have a dress code.
or whatever's comfortable. That's completely two different things.
Yeah.
What do you feel most comfortable in?
Nothing.
Just
Absolutely
Just wear a
nothing.
tie then. Just come with it.
Yeah.
Around the waist.
Come with a tie. Yeah, you could double tie it.
Triple tie. One at the front, one at the back, one on the neck.
Yeah, like a loincloth tie.
Like my own version of a quilt.
Like a poor,
Yeah.
a poor man's Borat.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'll be saying my new catchphrase. That's certified.
Yeah, certified.
Certified. Did you know? Sorry, Riley. Did you know that there was a dress code? Certified. You're wearing no quads.
Certified.
Congrats. Love it. Boys, huge week. We will be back in the studio this time next week. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to
Go give your mum a hug.
It's Jeff for now. Burn off, River.
Thank you so much for listening to yet another week of us on Radio Fremantle or 107.9.
As you heard, there's a lot of participation
Or participation.
from the listeners. So if you want to get involved with the show next week or any week after that, make sure you listen in live and hit us up on the Instagram DMs.
Slide into them DMs.
Yes, and if you want to listen to the show with all the music as well, tune in at 107.9, 8 to 10 every Saturday.
G'day, guys. Hope you're enjoying the podcast.
As always.
We're about to be enjoying the podcast anyway. Yeah. If you are enjoying the pod, make sure to send it to a friend. And excitingly, there's a brand new feature
New feature alert.
on Spotify, which is that little feedback box.
The box.
We love a little box.
And on the on each of the episodes, you can plug away a bit of feedback for the show. So you can literally say basically give us some feedback specific to the show that you just listened to, the episode you just listened to. No matter what episode you're up to, ping us in that feedback, and then you can that feedback will then feature for other people who are catching up or they're listening to the episodes. They will see that as well, and most importantly, we like to see it. So if you can share it with your friends and write a few little words in the box, it would mean the absolute world to us.